Heck yeah.
Dude,
All right, before we start, I just want to do two things. One, officially with the Super Bowl out of the way, football season is over, and baseball season is back.
actually,
So,
football season starts in like 6 weeks.
baseball season starts. And with the World Baseball Classic happening this year, we have literally the World Cup of baseball. So I wore my Mexico hat. So, so I can
Fair.
support that. I wanted to see, since you made a video about it, do you want to talk about Benito Bowl for a second?
Oh man, dude, I'm not even a fan of Big Bunny. I wasn't even a fan.
Yeah?
Not no offense to him. I don't listen to his kind of music. It's just not my
Yeah.
style. But man, I'm gonna say this right now. It was nice watching like the physical presentation
Yeah.
of I know Puerto Rican culture primarily, but like I felt like it was Hispanic culture at large as far as like island culture, Mexico. Like I related to a lot of the shit, even if it wasn't specifically Mexico, the
Yeah.
stuff that he was doing. What did you think? Like I feel like you're more of a fan than I am.
I'm a big fan. I went to see him in concert a couple of years ago when he came here,
Was he just playing in the
and
stadium or arenas?
he was playing a stadium.
I was gonna say, was that pre blow up or post blow up? Okay, so post blow up.
No, he was already pretty big by that point, but he hadn't released this new album, this Debí tirar más fotos album, and which I think really catapulted him like worldwide, like to the point where like it switched him up between stuff your parents don't want you to listen to, like stuff your parents are listening to, which is both good and bad in a way. Because it's like I don't know, it kind of hit in a really good way. I had a lot of fun at the concert, but like this I got really excited about. My sister and I were driving back here and we didn't want to miss it. We got here, we watched it, and when the first song started, we were like hyped. Second song, I was standing up and I was singing, I was dancing. By the third song, she was standing and she was dancing, so we were like having like our own like little party, little concert
Yeah.
watching the show. We had a blast. We knew all the songs. We were like jamming with them and having a lot of fun. Lady Gaga showed up, which was at first I was like, all right, hold up a second. Is this like a mandate? Like, do they forcefully need someone that's singing in English? But she did like a salsa version of Die
Yeah.
with a Smile, which I thought was really cool. And Lady Gaga is one of those people that like, regardless of the culture, you're like, oh, she's invited to the cookout. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. She's universally like she can be there
yeah.
and no one's get if I think Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Eminem are like three of the artists that are like they're always welcome. They're always cool. They're
Yeah,
all good to
we
hear.
fuck with you. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And like a big thing with that is that so having grown up here and like having, been in these kind of environments, you do
Yeah.
relate a lot to it. Like a lot of people were asking why was Lady Gaga singing, there. And I think like have you ever been to a party or like a quinceañera or like a wedding where there's like a band playing?
Yeah.
Every once in a while they'll just do like a song in English, but they'll do it in like a salsa like version. So
Yeah.
like it felt appropriate. The fact that it was like a wedding environment. Also, the thing
It
that
was a
like
real wedding
made
also.
yeah, the thing that I think made everyone kind of explode was the little kid sleeping on the chairs.
Dude, there is a picture of me at my parents' house somewhere. And it's a picture that I've seen like a million times of me like asleep
Yeah,
on the chairs like this on my dad's jacket, like sleeping on top
yeah.
of it while they're all dancing. Like
It's so
that picture
funny that like
exists. I just don't know where the fuck it is.
it's so funny that that's like a universal Latino experience, and like no
Well,
one
because our
teaches us
parents
to do
like
that.
because our parents go hard, man. Like they don't fucking
Yeah.
stop. Oh,
Yeah,
baby's asleep. Sleep on the chairs. I'm not done dancing yet.
yeah, but like the funny thing is that no one tells us like, hey, sleep on the chairs. Like we just do it like out of instinct, and like it
Dude, we're
just
trying to find a comfortable place to sleep.
it's just so funny that like they capture like that specifically. So I really like that. I knew all the songs. I was having a blast, singing and dancing to him. Ricky Martin showing up and singing Lo que le pasó a Hawaii was super special,
Yeah.
especially if you know like his whole backstory where like he was kind of forced to sing in English if he wanted to break through in the US. So the fact that he got to like regain and sing in Spanish again, that was really beautiful.
Mhm.
Um, the part at the end when when he says God bless America, like he says like all the countries in the continent, was really neat. I felt like we were all like sitting in our chairs, kind of waiting, like he's gonna say Mexico, he's gonna say Mexico, and then like he did, and like we were like, of course he was going to,
Uh,
but I think the biggest treat was taken by the Canadians who were like when he said Canada, like people in Canada were like us, like
oh yeah.
really, like okay,
Okay.
we're Latino, okay, we Latino now, you know,
We're
um,
we're in.
so yeah, so that was
Hey,
really
they're
fun.
part of the family. It's okay.
Yeah. I think the funniest part is the fact that what happened last year with Kendrick is that I think the only thing that kind of not broke his flow because he was able to like carry with it, but the fact that he had to censor himself, well, like all the curse words was
Yeah.
he had to find like alternatives to that. The fact that nobody knows what Benito is saying kind of helps because like he kind of cursed like
Yeah.
left and right that nobody realized.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun. No, I had a blast. I rewatched it like a few times, and it's got so many like little winks and so many like fun. It was one of those moments where like, man, I'm so proud to be him. I literally texted my mom and I was like, "Thank you, like, thank you for giving birth to me here. Like, I'm so happy." Like, yeah,
Man, I'll tell you this right now. I was ready to fight. No one bitched and moaned on my social media platforms. Everyone was down with Bad Bunny. Because
heck
I
yeah,
don't even know if they necessarily like his music, but it was such an overblown controversy. It's like no one's speaking English at the Super Bowl halftime show. Hey guys, Epstein files. Why are we concentrating on this celebration? Which also, like, I find it also partially hilarious that we're gonna watch our own alternative to the Super Bowl, right? Headlined by Kid fucking Rock of all people. Do you know
cares
what the
about Kid
numbers are
Rock?
for that?
Yeah, I saw that was like what 4 million against like 80 something million here.
No, 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 no. It's
Yeah.
worse. So Bad Bunny, 128 million on the low end. It's somewhere between 128 and 133. They're not sure. It's somewhere between there. Now, the Puppy Bowl, the other alternative, had
Oh yeah.
12 million, which I don't think anyone's going to complain about the Puppy Bowl. Fair enough, cute dogs. It benefits
Yeah.
dog charities. All right, you do you. Been doing it for 22 years. Fair enough. The Turning Point had 4 million. It had less than the Puppy Bowl. And it's now coming out that a lot of those were bots that were paid for by Turning Point USA. So it
Makes
wasn't even
sense.
4 million people. No, it wasn't even
Yeah.
close.
All right. Well, yeah. Big fan of that. Did you listen to the album? Like, did you listen to the David Tiramas Fotos album?
I'll be honest, I haven't. I'm not. Nikki has listened. Nikki is a huge Big Bunny fan. She actually worked his very first concert here in the Valley. Back when we only
Really?
had the I think it was the Pain Arena at the time or
Yeah.
Dodger Arena at the time. She worked the bar at his concert, and like I remember going to pick her up, and I could hear the bass in his music. And she also said
Yeah.
that that was the best night she ever did bartending. She made $600 in tips in like 3 hours.
That's the power of Benito, man.
Dude,
That's
guys
smart.
were buying their wives drinks left and right, and Nikki was like, "Yeah, whatever you want." One
Go
guy gave her a
crazy.
$100 tip, and she was
Nice.
like, "Cool."
Cool. Yeah, that's the power of Benito, man. No, I highly recommend listening to the album. The song that I most wanted to listen to, he used it as an outro, like
Mhm.
as they were marching like away with the flags. I kind of would have liked to have heard that full song.
Mhm.
It's the title track. That Debí tirar más fotos. Like the whole album is like I've seen a lot of people that like are not Spanish speakers who are listening to it with like the translation on just so that they can like follow it. And like their big question is why is this music why are the lyrics so sad but the music is so like loud and fun and swings and it's like because that's how Latinos are, man. We dance through the pain. That's
That's
what
a
we do.
corrido.
Yeah, no, no, corridos are different, but like, yeah,
Well,
it's
I feel like the
it's
concept is similar. Like it's a sad song that we talk about, but we talk about our emotions in it, no?
in a way, they mostly tell stories, but also like, things I don't think we can talk about in this
A
podcast.
lot of
But
them are sad. I know that much.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, those are boleros and baladas, yeah. But yeah, but that and the ending song to the album, the La Mudanza, which the last like 30 seconds of that song is like the most euphoric Latino like I feel like I'm injected with powers whenever I hear those last like 30 seconds where like it's him and his chorus singing like de aquí nadie me saca, de aquí yo no me voy, like Diles que esta es mi casa donde nació mi abuelo. Like he's saying like nobody's getting me out of here. This is my house. This is where my grandfather was born. Like I'm from PR. Like I'm from Puerto Rico. Like and that,
Yeah.
my God, it's like it gives me like this fucking like yeah, turn into the fucking Hulk when I hear that. So yeah, big fan of Benito Ball. We usually don't rate things like this, but like 5 out of 5 stars. Like I thought was freaking wonderful. Yeah.
Let's go 11 out of 10 because fuck them.
Yeah.
11 out of 10.
Uh, all right. You ready to talk about It Ends?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You ready to talk
Yeah.
about the death of a childhood? Yeah, sure.
Let's
Let's
talk
go.
about this. Let's talk about the sadness of what it's like becoming an adult. Say the thing.
Ah, fuck. Should I hit the intro?
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema.
I'm Eddie.
Reviewing It Ends. This is the rollback. Some wrong turns last forever. A group of recent grads head out on a late night drive for grub, hoping to enjoy one final hangout before their paths diverge. Instead, they accidentally turn into a never ending two lane hellscape surrounded by an untold horrors and cosmic forces beyond our understanding. Cramped together inside of a Jeep Cherokee and with the miles stretching infinitely ahead, they face a choice: embrace their new existence or fight to escape it. This is the debut film by up and coming filmmaker Alexander Ulam, starring Phineas Yoon, Akira Jackson, Noah Toth, Mitchell Cole, and other colorful actors who play a bit and extra parts. This is, I think, one of the most original films of 2025 that debuted in a few festivals, had a big reaction, and sadly we weren't able to like see it anywhere because no distributor got it. And then Letterboxd, out of nowhere, debuted this new system where like you could rent a movie directly on their website, and it was gonna champion original films that would debut on festivals that hadn't found a distributor. So you had like a little window where you could rent this movie through there. And I thought like I've been a Letterbox fan for like a long time. I've used their service repeatedly. I pay for Letterbox Pro. Let me jump in on this. Let me support this, and I might as well see an original film as well. This movie ended up affecting me so much and hit me so well that I ended up putting it in my top 10 of the year. Really, really high. I believe it was number 4 or number 5. Um, adore this movie. I thought it was really, really special. This director, Alexander Ulam, I'm unfamiliar with him. It's his first movie. He doesn't have any shorts or anything to his name, but his professional picture is him wearing a Dodgers hat, so I like him already. I've been pushing for everyone to see this movie, to check it out. I think it's pretty wonderful and pretty special. And even though it was done with like a small budget, you could tell that it was
It was almost
used to
love.
yeah, it was made with a love and a lot of talent put into this. I've been nonstop talking about this movie. What were your thoughts on It Ends?
Man, if I had seen this last year, like during the opening, I think, oh, man, it might have been in my top 10. It's that good. I'll open with that. This movie is so not just disarming. Like it's kind of like The Housemaid, where you think it's about one thing, like initially, like from the onset, but as it goes, you begin to realize what it's really about, like the real stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, oh man, do you? I want to dive into this, but we need to talk about the plot for me to dive into because I legitimately have like string notes about this film. Like it opens with three friends that are just graduating. They're getting picked up by their other friend Tyler.
Yeah.
Right? We got James, Day, and Fisher, and they're being picked up by Tyler, who apparently they haven't seen in a minute. They've graduated, and they're kind of like doing one last road trip back home before they all kind of split up into separate lives, right?
Yeah.
Um, we got like James, who has his whole life pieced together already. We have Fisher and Day, who are kind of slackers, and Tyler, who's already in the workforce, kind of being grinded down to the hole. And they endear you to them very early on with this stupid ass question. Pick two to protect you, two to kill you. Something that we've all done. 50 hawks, one dude with a gun. No, 500 hawks, one dude with a gun, 50 gorillas, or I think 10,000 rats, which by the way, the right answer is the 10,000 rats and the guy with a gun. I'm just saying. That's the proper answer. But anyway, I don't know about you, but I've been a part of a million conversations of that with my friends. In particular, this reminds me heartbreakingly of the friend group I have slash had slash still have with Fernie. Me, Fernie, Shu, and an old friend that we no longer speak to.
Yeah.
Which that's part of why I think this movie hit so hard is because as you grow up, you begin to see all the people that you lose. We'll dive more into that as we go along, but again, that opening conversation immediately endeared me to this whole group. What about you?
Yeah, immediately too, there was a part of me that was feeling like, okay, um, first of all, the way that this movie really hit me at first is that I'm no longer this, like I'm no longer them. You know, if
Mhm.
I had seen this when I was just, recently graduating from college or like near the end of college, immediately it would like, oh yeah, of course, like we've done this, like we've done like a road trip, I've been with like friends, having all these conversations, but like there's I'm 31, you reach a point where like you see them less often or less than you would want to. You want to see them more, but like we're all busy, kind of making our lives. Either, we're working, we're in relationships, some of us go back to school, some of us are like,
Move away.
have yeah, they move away, they get these kind of jobs that like, keep you busy or like grounded for like a long time. And those jokes that people say oh, I just made plans with a friend, we're gonna meet like April 21st, 2026, and like, somewhere else, like it really does hit home that like this is the Gen Z kids are getting to this point. They're getting to that point, and like we're here.
Yeah.
So of course it hits hard. I want to be in a drive with my friends talking for hours. I just did a drive with a friend of mine and my sister. Like we drove like to the valley. We had a wedding and we had to like drive back immediately. Uh, and it was nice. And I was like, why can't we do this like all the time? And then I got here and I was like, I was dying. Like I was so tired. And then it's like, body really does keep the score. But yeah, I did endear myself to these characters. You can immediately crack their personalities based on what they're doing and what they're up to. And it really does make you feel like, oh my God, like I wish I was in that. I wish this were my problems,
Hmm.
based on like currently like my life is stable but like it's boring.
Yeah.
So it does like that. So you can see this movie as just like, an experimental horror film on like, them getting lost in this road, or you can see this as like this is a metaphor for growing up and how your friends like very little by little could leave your life. And you can either go with them or you can take your own road and see, and the destination may be a bit disappointing. And you can get there and be like, all right, should I just stay here or should I, take the road back? And every once in a while, pick up a friend on the way back and say, like, let's catch up, you know?
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of the movie. And I think horror is, in a weird way, the perfect genre to tell these kind of stories and these metaphors because it really does hit harder in a really fun way. So, how do you like how aware were you of like the plot and like how did it hit you when you like start to figure how they start to pick up, how this world works and everything?
So at first, so they're driving, they go down a road, and the road, Tyler's the first one to notice we should have turned by now. Like we missed a turn. So
Yeah.
he's the one to stop, turn, go back. He's like, we should have hit it. And you see that the phone's malfunctioning. And it takes them a minute to realize that something's wrong. Like you're in denial, obviously. No, we missed this or something. Um, and then after a few hours of them driving down the same road, they're like, guys, the oil's not going down. Are any of you hungry or thirsty? No. I think we're gone somewhere. And then trying to break it down and justify it, like makes a lot of sense to me. Like that would be the first thing is, are we dead? Like who did we crash? Is someone dreaming? Like trying to reason it out. But eventually you get to a point where there is no reason. So then you begin to try and figure out the rules of what you're doing. Hey, here you can't stop for more than, a minute 30 seconds, otherwise they start coming to trying to steal the car. Hey, the woods go on for nowhere. Hey, you only have this much time. Apparently if you get attacked, your wounds will heal, which is one of the rules that I'm like, fair enough, but I'm kind of curious about that one. And they begin to form a bit of I won't say a life, but a life there as far as trying to figure out what to do and where to go because the car does not run out of fuel. The car keeps going. The engine keeps going.
Their phones don't
It
die.
huh?
Also, their phones don't die. Like they stay
Yeah, that's true.
charged.
Anything
Yeah.
that's on your phone, you get to keep forever going forward. Um, but it's terrifying at first because they all agree, well, let's just keep driving. There has to be an end eventually.
Yeah.
Which is again existential horror at its best. But then you begin to see that this road, in theory, is, I mean, to be sappy when I say this, life. Like this road is what's ahead of you. Like it's a painful metaphor, but it's an accurate one at that. That as the road of life goes on, things happen. Trauma happens. Um, people begin to break down at different points. They not accommodate. They not get accustomed. They try to adjust to things as best they can, or cope with things as the best they can, right? Like Tyler. Tyler's the first one to break down. Bear in mind, of the friends, he was the one that went through the latest breakup, because he wouldn't drive 3 hours to a pumpkin patch for some fucking reason, which, you
What
know,
a dumbass. Like, just go to the
right?
pumpkin patch. Who is
You like her? Yes, go to the fucking pumpkin patch, you
Go to
idiot.
the fucking pumpkin
It's
patch,
not like you
man.
have to
Like,
do it every weekend, you dumbass. Anyway,
yeah, it's just
like an idiot.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, but then you see he's the first one to kind of break down. Um, like he tells him like I quit. Like I can't keep going down this way. Which there's several ways you can take that metaphor, right? There's maybe they just stop being friends at that point, in life. You could also see it as he may have
Giving
self-delete.
up. Yeah,
Or maybe just given up on his life and just been like, fuck it, I'm resolute to just where I'm at right now. I don't need to keep going or trying.
yeah,
Um, there's several interpretations of it, but the fact is that Tyler is lost at the 85,000 mile mark, which Day and Day and Fisher have a hard time accepting, right? Feeling like, oh, James just left him because, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, like it was his decision and we need to get going. We need to keep going forward. And then you begin to see the routine, of them trying to deal with each other, them trying to remain friends. Hey, here's what I have to do. Hey, there's a part where they have a schedule and it's like, all right, time to tell each other what we don't like about each other and let it go.
yeah,
I feel like you're controlling. I feel like you're too much in my life. Noted, received.
yeah.
Things like that as they're trying to continue to live. Because, folks, I sat down and I did the fucking math on this. I did the math.
Mhm.
If, assuming they're going a minimum of 50 miles an hour and they don't stop, they go 24 hours straight every single day, it would still take them over 3 years to hit the million-mile mark. Fisher and Day got up to over 800,000, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and so, but that's years. That's years together in this small cramped car, going forward, but never with a real clear sign or a real indication of where the end comes.
Yeah.
Surviving, being stuck in the trapped in the same car, rerunning the same conversations over and over and over again. Which honestly, that does happen sometimes with your friend group, where you could meet to hang out, and the same shit comes up over and over and over again.
Yeah. You tell the
Um,
same stories, and there's a comfort in that. There's a. I get together with my friends from college, and we sit down and we tell the same fucking stories we've been saying for like a long time, and that's okay. That's fun. That's fun. If you're not gonna see them that often, you might as well, make it play the classics. Um, every once in a while, there will be like a different thing. Like they get excited when it starts to rain in the
yeah,
road, and then they're like, finally, something different, something to like feel different. And then every once in a while, they'll bump into something like they bump into this Honda that's like all that stopped working,
Mhm.
which that's the only issue I have with the movie. A Honda would never die on you.
That's
Literally
true.
never.
That's
Literally
very
never.
true.
Like that's too much fantasy for me. I'm sorry. Like you can't push that direction. But no, I really like that. I really like the that every time that they would bump into something, there's even a point where like they get out and like they stop coming for them.
Yeah.
Like the people that are in the forest like just stop coming for them. And it's like, what does that mean? Does that mean that like they're too far in? That they're one of them? Like are they like and what does that mean, in real life? Does that mean that like you become too adult so that the other adults are not jealous of you that that they don't follow you anymore.
Maybe the
It's
toxic
kind of
people, eventually you outgrow the toxic people that are around you because you stop talking to them, maybe?
or you learn to live with it. You learn to just kind of like go along with it.
Mhm.
The movie just gives you enough lore. I love when a movie like this just gives you enough lore and you can kind of like create a conversation around it after. To me, this is the equivalent. This is the 2025 equivalent to It's What's Inside from 2024. I think just a horror film that like it's more about the people and like and a really good hook that I think really will grab people and create conversations around it. Something that I really appreciate about this movie is that these are Gen Z kids, so like they'll cope the way that they do, which is they make memes about it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
memes
that's
are
a
good. Like they say, like I never should have smoked that shit. No, I mean the never-ending road.
the how is it the fucking the head meme? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that like we can like a big budget action film as much as we do, but like these independent low budget movies, like I love discovering something like this and I love telling everyone like watch this, man. This flew under the radar, but like everyone should be talking about this should be the 2025 conversation piece. I think it's really it will really find its place among the big budget and the big budget movies and like the dramas and everything. I think this is a movie that we're going to talk about for a long time if we keep it alive, and I'm so glad it exists. Um, there's a lot of like existential questions that this movie kind of presents and lets you like ask, okay, what do you want to take this as literal and what do you want to take this as like fiction? But it also asks, who would you be in this situation? So I'm gonna ask you, who would you be if you were stuck on the never-ending road?
Oh man, that I actually had that here. That was gonna be my very last question. I'm gonna be honest with you, James.
Yeah,
You don't uh fuck it, I'll give my spiel here. Well, eventually Day and Fisher quit and they try to make him quit too.
yeah,
Um they turn off the car, try to throw the keys, he has to fight back the keys away from them and he has to drive off. And they're just left there on the side of the road to hold each other, right?
yeah.
It's kind of like the last two friends who became toxic, who, not last two friends, I guess, not every single time, but that last remnants of your past, right? The last remnants of your high school friends or your college friends that like they fell, right? Not everyone is a James, right? Some people are a Tyler, some people are Day, some people are Fisher, right? Everyone's different. But inevitably, like they fell, whether it was in the metaphors where it's like drugs or whether it was simply they stopped trying at life or they became complacent with where they were, whatever the reason may be, right? Fell out of his life, right? But James has resolve of getting of finishing of keep, you don't fucking stop, you keep going. Sheer goddamn willpower. Until I'm dead, you keep going. And I resonate that with James, his commitment to I'm gonna keep until I'm dead. I'm gonna keep running. Um, yeah, Resolve of Steel. What about you? Which character are you?
I saw myself in like a few, in like you know all of them in a way. I mean, I've
Mhm.
also been the one that like is the first one to go like, guys, I don't know if we should be doing this, but I've also been the guy who goes like, let's follow this till the very end.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. I am the guy that like I like to be the one driving
Yes.
because I'm also like the guy that's like if I don't do it, it's not done right.
Mhm.
So, but
You don't trust anyone else to do it.
that's my toxic trait, I guess. Um,
No, dude. Same.
no,
Same.
and but I also get it. I would have also been extremely hurt and disappointed by the end of the road. I
Mhm.
also would have been like, God damn it, like this can't be it. But I don't know. I feel like it would really be difficult for me to like, hey, let's just give up. Let's just wait until the side of the road and just see what happens. But I feel like sometimes you kind of need to. I don't think it's necessarily about toxic people. I think it's more about like there are alternative ways to life, and sometimes the main road that you envision for yourself is not the thing. It's not the thing that's going to lead you, and that's okay. But
Yeah.
some people are like, well, I already started, so I might as well end it.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I do see it as like, sometimes you have friends that like kind of pair up and like, make their own life while you do yours.
Hmm.
And you kind of miss it. You kind of miss like being like, I miss when we were all friends, and this time it's like, oh man, like I'm by myself like for now.
Yeah.
So it does hit and it is trying to ask something. And it did leave me thinking. And I watched this with Jess, like we were watching it together. And the day after, like I remember she texted me, like I still feel like an immense like amount of like sadness. And it's still from this movie. Like that it left me with like a good feeling, like a feeling of like anyway, like anyway. Like it's not like disappointment, but it is like a feeling of like, man, I'm a little sad about this. And and I was like, yeah, it's kind of hard to like I like the ending when like he gets to the trip, he finishes like the trip and like he kind of turns around and decides to go back, pick up a rando and be like, let's talk.
Yeah.
I think it's a reminder that like even as an adult, you can indulge in the past, and that's okay. The movie Past Lives talk about this a little bit as well, where like maybe the ending where we're going, it's a little bit disappointing and a little bit difficult, but there's still enough. You've done a lot, and you can always just swim a little bit in the pools of the past if it makes you feel good. And that's okay. I found that comforting. And I think it's something that Gen Z also really needs to hear. I feel like they're very, very scared of aging. Like to the point where
Yes.
like they're
God damn it.
doing where like the point where like I think it's a little exaggerated. They're doing like, you know, cleaning rituals and like plastic surgery before they're even like 16. Like fucking relax, learn to love your body how it is, and like, the road may be difficult, but if you have good friends in your car and there's a kick-ass playlist and the conversation is good, the road is worth it. So that's my takeaway from this movie.
I think my takeaway, well, particularly from the ending of the film, like again, when James gets to the end and he just sees road end and he sees all these other cars there, and he's just disappointed. He's just like, I give up. Like he stops for a minute, right? Like I think he sits there for like a whole day. He's just like in the sun as it goes up and it goes down. And my first thought was like, well, wait a second. You can, well, I understand it's disappointing. My thought was still, wait a second. You know where the end is. That means
Mhm.
you can go back to the beginning now. Granted, it's gonna be a couple years. It's gonna be a while of a drive.
Yeah,
But now he knows which direction to go in. There's a
yeah,
there's a and I'm not quite sure if this story works for this, but I think maybe it reminds me of this. So there's a guy named Bob. He's walking down the street and he falls into a hole. This really big hole, and the hole's getting bigger. So he yells out to a guy walking. He sees a guy in a lab coat. He says, "Hey doctor, I'm in a hole. Can you help me out?" The doctor writes a prescription, throws it in the hole, keeps walking.
yeah.
He sees a priest walking by. "Hey father, I'm in a hole. Can you help me out here?" The father says, "I will pray for you, my son," and keeps walking. Finally, his friend walks by and says, "Hey, John, I'm here in a hole. Can you help me?" John jumps in the hole. He says, Bob tells John, "Are you stupid? Like now we're trapped in the hole. We're trapped in here together." And John tells him, "Yeah, but I know the way out." It's almost a term of like, now you know at least, right? Now you know which way to go. To me, while the ending to some people might seem dark or depressing, I see it as somewhat optimistic also because he picks up someone on the way back. He makes a new friend, someone new to share the road with, someone with new experiences, a new life, a new story to be told. Well, some people, I can understand the interpretation that the ending is bleak as fuck, and I get it. But I choose to interpret that ending as one of optimism and steel resolve because it would be very easy and hell damn near understandable for James to quit now and to either just lay off and die, go walk into the forest and just lay down and die. It'd be very easy to do so. But no, fuck this. I'm gonna make it back if it kills me.
Hmm.
So he gets back in the car, which for the record, I would have like cleaned out all the other vehicles first to check what they have, and then I would have gotten in the car and drove back. Which also that Cliff Bar, I bet it was delicious. Um,
Yeah. And I
um,
hate Cliff Bars.
yeah.
So,
And if Neon has this, my only request is that they put some kind of good song at the very end there.
mhm.
My initial thought was The Scientist from Coldplay, but nah, maybe not. Something else. Something that's like we can make it through this. I don't know. I had an optimistic vibe at the end of this film, which is maybe weird. Maybe most people don't, but that's mine. And who knows? Maybe on the way back, he'll be able to see Fisher and Day again, and maybe pick him up, or some other new people too.
Mhm.
And who knows? Maybe they'll see someone driving back trying to help and be like, "We know the way out. Let's go." Like
Yeah.
there's some level of optimism that I have in this film, and I don't know why, but some people see this film as a dark, bleak ending. I'm choosing to look at it as, no, you can do this now. You know what to do.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh man, this is the kind of art that is worth making. This is the kind of art that I love seeing just out in the world, you know? Something made with love and passion that really wants you to think about it, that really wants you to have a conversation about it. This would be perfect to watch with friends and then have a conversation of like, okay, what did we think? You know, what happens here? You know, what's next? And I have a feeling that also this is a movie that like my interpretation of it could change, you know, with years after seeing it again. I
Mhm.
am going to love seeing this movie again, like repeatedly, and I cannot wait to see what this director has in store later for us. Man, this is a movie that I think very much worth to check out and to seek out, even if it's a little hard to get because of the whole situation there. But shout out to Letterboxd for making it publicly available for people.
So
So
Neon actually got a hold of the distribution rights, so they're going to be
Neon,
theatrically releasing this film sometime this year, which I can't wait for that
heck
trailer.
yeah, heck yeah. Everyone go check out It Ends as soon as it drops because that's a story worth telling. I'm gonna give this. I gave this movie a 5 stars. I gave it on Letterboxd. So I stand by it. I think it's pretty freaking wonderful.
I think it's a 9 out of 10 for me. It's a movie, man, maybe better than the Long Walk. I really enjoyed The Long Walk. I think I like this one more because
Mhm.
The Long Walk has a darkly optimistic vibe to it. This one has a more positively optimistic vibe to it. Both are bleak as fuck, but at the very least,
Yeah.
again, now I know the way out now.
Yeah. Well, I
But
think. Well, as much as I love a good old wholesome movie, the good stuff can only be better if it's surrounded by bad stuff.
that's true.
So, yeah. So that's how we're gonna end this really fun conversation about It Ends and about Benito Ball. So that's always fun. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week, what do you want to do next week?
Uh, what do you want to do next week? I've seen so much. The Housemaid. I don't think we've reviewed Avatar yet. What's it
I
called?
did, I did see Avatar. I did see yeah, we can do let's shoot for the Housemaid. I do want to talk about the Housemaid. I haven't
Have
seen
you
it
seen
yet, but I
it?
might see it this weekend. I'm gonna see it this weekend.
Oh man, dude,
Uh
I did not see the ending coming. I did not see the twist coming. I'll tell you this right now. Nikki did.
yeah.
Maybe I'm a stupid man, but I didn't see it coming.
All right, interesting. Let's shoot for that. All right.
Oh,
And yeah, us yeah, go ahead.
you know what you might like also Ella McKay. I don't know if you'd like it, but you might like Ella McKay.
It just dropped on Disney Plus. It is on my watch list. I might check that out as well.
I always, not to be mean, but I consider
Yeah.
Emma
Emma Mackey?
Mackey.
Yeah.
Uh, I relate her so much to Margot Robbie. Like to me, they look very similar to each other.
They look very similar, yeah. And she's gonna be she just got cast in the Narnia reboot. She's gonna be the White Witch. So
Really? Oh,
yeah,
that's an interesting take for her. Um,
yeah, it's been really cool watching her career rise. You know, I watched her when she first appeared in
Sex
Sex
Ed?
Education. Yeah,
Yeah.
and now she's kind of in. She's really growing. So really cool to see.
I wonder if she's trying to go down like the Margot Robbie route as far as like controlling her own career with certain roles, which is a good thing.
We'll see. we'll see how that comes out. She was good in Barbie too. So
She was in Barbie?
yeah, she was one of the Barbies.
Oh my God. You know, what if they cast her as the new Harley Quinn if Margot Robbie doesn't want the role anymore?
Um,
She's a direct stand-in to me. Like her and Margot Robbie look damn near like exactly the same.
all right,
That,
we'll see.
that's not an insult. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'll check it out. It's on my watch list. So yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Make sure to check out It Ends. Believe it's still available. I don't know if it's still available on the Letterboxd thing, but if Neon picked it up, then that's always a good news, which I think is going to really help the movie. So let me make sure about that. I just I'll get that confirmation to you in a second. Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. My name was Chema,
I've been Eddie.
and this was the Rollback. Signing off with a reminder to avoid Cliff Bars at all costs. They really do not benefit you at all, and they taste like garbage.
Folks, I'm here to counteract that statement. Say Chema is wrong, and you should definitely try Cliff Bar or
I've
Barbell.
tried
Like
it.
Barbell's also pretty good too, but they're fucking expensive.
I tried Cliff Bars. They're gross. They taste like
Which one did you
rocks.
try?
I tried the chocolate one.
I can't trust your taste anymore.
It was all it was hurting my teethies. Like,
Bye, everyone.
all right.